Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 60. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Of champions have come and gone. Who will claim number 60 as we're off in the 2026 Super Bowl? And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Handoff comes to Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. They'll set up a throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. They run. Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's more. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. He'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this for...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
Mahomes now on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is Gibson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 62 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board here in this Super Bowl. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. On the ground, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Back to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 30. A minute 50 to go here in the first half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to add the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant here to Smith. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and 2. It's caught. Smith. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get it. Chris Jones. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And this one is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Mahomes. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 23-yard run, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. They're going to look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Aaron Donald drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Flushed out right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now left side on the swing pass. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll look to throw again.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to look deep for more. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is Gibson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.